Don't let the fact that people don't match your kindness and your energy stop you from being who you are. I get the sense, for whoever this is for, that you've been disappointed lately, like to the point of being hurt, because you are someone that can be relied on. When you say that you're there, you're there. You know what I mean? And if for any reason you can't keep your promise, you always let somebody know. Like, for whatever reason, as rare as it is that you don't keep your promises, you always tell people. You're always in communication. They know where they are with you, right? And I feel like recently someone's let you down. And it hurts your heart, because regardless of how big or small the task was, you relied on them, right? And the fact that they've let you down once again has really stabbed you in the feels. And before I started this reading, I was like, we're going to get advice from the divine, of course. But I was trying to think of my own advice to give you. And it's really difficult, you know what I mean? Because if it's little things, like, you don't want to give up on somebody because they disappoint you on little things. Like, it's unfortunate, but not everybody has integrity, right? Has follow through. But if they're big things that they're letting you down on, or things that are like detrimental, that are life altering, you know what I mean? Maybe it's time to let them go. But over little things, 121, that are just petty, minor, it feels like, you know how you love somebody in spite of their flaws? 131, that's what it feels like this is. But still, you have a right to feel how you feel, and you have every right to feel disappointed because they do not match your integrity, your follow through, your fortitude. You know what I mean? And you have every right to tell them how you feel. Please, you should be communicating on how you feel. I mean, hopefully that they make a better effort to be a little more reliable. But in my experience, if they're unreliable, they're unreliable. You know what I mean? And if you want to give them chances, sure. But we need to 202 realize the reality. Chances are they going to disappoint us? Have they in the past? You know what I mean? That's enough of me yammering on. 212 as I blow into the deck. If you're sticking around with me for my reading, you're allowing me into your energy with love and light, and I appreciate you so much for that. All my readings are timeless, so it doesn't matter 222 when you get this. If it resonates, and cards are flying out. Just a moment. Okay, so we started off with the Queen of Cups and the Artist. So the Queen of Cups, you are very emotionally mature, right? And as you do with these things, this is another thing that you're going to have to approach with patience and love. I don't feel like this person's trying to be malicious. I do feel like they care about you. It's just like, for lack of a better word, like stupidity. I don't know, not stupidity. I don't think that they're dumb. I just think it's a lack of thought. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that they're stupid, but there's a lack of a thought process. You know what I mean? Lack of consideration. 303. But you are very divinely connected, right? It's time to like go within, like let go of all these exterior noises, 313, and listen to yourself, listen to the universe, listen to your heart, because you know the answers there. But the fact that you already know to approach things with love and patience is a beautiful thing, 323, because when we get hurt, I don't know about you, but for the longest time, my response is anger. I mean, how dare you make me hurt, 333, and now you're going to pay. Also, I meant to mention with this Artist, I do believe between you and this person, I feel like it's a partner, but maybe just a really close friend. But this person, you are the more spiritual of the two, right? This person seems like they're very logical. And that's the way that you'll have to spin this, right? Like when you're talking to them and you're try to explain how you're feeling, be very logical with them. Not so much in your feelings, just try to explain it in a logical way, 404, and I feel like that's the way that you're going to get through to them. But, I mean, communication is great, and yeah, definitely tell them how you feel, because this is going to lead you guys to a happier, union. You know what I mean? 414, if you guys don't live together, it could be, like I said, a stronger friendship, stronger bond. But if you do live together, happier home life, you know what I mean? Better communication leads to better relationships, right? Even if the communication, there's disagreements or whatever it be, as long as you, it's very important to know where each other stand. I hate when somebody won't tell me how they feel. You know what I mean? That I have to pull it out of them. Just tell me how you feel, as honest as it is, because at least then we can talk about it. We can work through it. 444. Anyway. Yeah, this will let go of all these negative feelings that you've been harboring, because honestly, I feel like this disappointment and them letting you down, like I said, it isn't intentional, but until you address it, I feel like they're not even going to acknowledge it. It's almost like they're oblivious to the fact that, I know, like, it's not like they don't know that they don't follow through on things that they say they do, but I don't think they realize the effect that it has. Because I think for them, I don't know how to say this, and like, other than integrity isn't much on their priority list, so they don't hold it up for other people as well. Whereas you are very, like, 525, you have strong morals, you have strong integrity and strong principles, so you expect people to be at the level that you are, and often get disappointed, right? But that's why they don't get as upset if you don't have as much follow through, because they don't have the follow through. 545, by the way, as this flew out. Yeah, they're not trying to be deceptive. They are very honest with their feelings and how they feel about you. They have, like, their feelings for you are deep as fuck, 555, with that well, like, very deep. You know what I mean? Very, very connected. They really do care about you. So the best thing to do is be honest about your feelings. But do it in, like I said, from a logical standpoint. Rather than be like, oh, you hurt my feelings, be like, oh, well, you know, by you not being here at such and such time, you screwed this, and up for me, you know? Like, if you can put a logical spin on it and not put your feelings in it and how they made you feel, regardless of the fact that they did hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to take away from that. But this is the way that you communicate with them, is through a logical stance. You're very smart. You know how to use your discernment and how to, like, I'm sure you already know. Like, I feel like they're the type of person that when you get upset, they just stare at you awkwardly because they don't know how to handle it. Not because, I mean, for lack of a better word, yes, they are emotionally unavailable, but not in a malicious way. It's just maybe the way that they were brought up, right? But you can tell when there's emotion in the room, they get awkward. Like, it makes them so uncomfortable. So trying to speak to them through an emotional standpoint and how this hurt you in your feelings, 707, isn't going to get it done. If you tell them logically how this messed your day up, or, you know, when you make a promise, you should withhold it. Like, just try to do it from a logical standpoint, and that will bring the fire back. This will bring the communication back. And, like, they're going to actually, you know what? I almost feel like they're going to be in awe of you, or, like, at least admire the fact that not only did you call them out on it, like, you're able to work things out instead of just pretending like nothing's wrong and just having this animosity and hostility grow. They'll admire you for bringing it up, also by the way that you did it. Like, they'll appreciate you for trying to take the logical road because they know how uncomfortable emotion makes them. Yeah. Split the deck to the sun. That's happiness. That's inspiration. That's communication. That's abundance. You know what I mean? Like, things are going to get better. We just need to communicate, like, when you disappoint me, this is the consequences of that. This is what happens. This is why, aside from the fact that it hurts your feelings, of course it does. Like, of course, you know what I mean? Especially when you have, you do everything you can for somebody and they don't have that same kind of follow through, and you feel, I don't know about you, but I take it personally. I try not to, but how is it not personal when I'm there for you and you're not there for me and you don't even have the thought? You know what I mean? But we have to step back from that and just be like, by you not doing this, by you not following through, this, and this. And then they'll be like, okay, I'm sorry. And then 838, we have to accept that apology, right? We accept that apology, even though we let that apology flow through, allow ourselves to, like, release the anger, release the animosity, hostility, whatever. But we're not going to forget. If they do it again, then that's another process, right? Because, like, setting boundaries, having boundaries be broken continuously is a whole other snowball, like a whole nother mountain of shiza that we need to speak about. But I feel like this is not it. I feel like once you call this person out on their stuff, they're going to actively work to be there for you more often because you took the time to try to explain it to them in a way that made them comfortable. Anyway, I love you. Have a good day.